Let's journey back to the dawn of the 20th century, a time when football was a far cry from the polished spectacle we are familiar with today. The rules were elementary, and the game itself was contested with a heavy, cumbersome leather ball on pitches that were often little more than rough, muddy fields. This was a true test of physical endurance, a sport played by working-class men who competed not for fame or fortune, but for the pride of their local communities. Tactical sophistication was a concept for the future. In these early days, teams lined up in a hyper-offensive 2-3-5 formation, a strategy that prioritized attack above all else. The prevailing culture was one of staunch amateurism. Players were not full-time professionals. They held down day jobs in factories and workshops, playing purely for the love of the sport and the camaraderie it fostered. Their commitment was to the game itself, not to the promise of a lucrative career. A monumental turning point arrived in 1930 with the inaugural FIFA World Cup, hosted in Uruguay. This was a bold and ambitious dream, to unite the nations of the world through the universal passion of sport. Teams embarked on long sea voyages to take part, a testament to the event's significance. When the host nation, Uruguay, was crowned the first ever world champion in the Grand Estadio Centenario, it marked a pivotal moment. Football's long and incredible journey to becoming a true global language had officially and emphatically begun. The post-war era introduced the world to its first global superstar, a player who would forever change the perception of what was possible on a football pitch: Pelé. As a prodigious 17-year-old at the 1958 World Cup, he captivated audiences with a blend of breathtaking skill, athleticism, and an infectious joy for the game. He single-handedly redefined the art of goal-scoring and showmanship, ushering in the era of Joga Bonito, the beautiful game, a philosophy that would become synonymous with Brazilian football. Then, in the 1970s, a new tactical philosophy emerged from the Netherlands, one that would permanently alter the strategic landscape of the sport. Led by the visionary Johan Cruyff, the Dutch national team introduced total football. This was a fluid, revolutionary system where any outfield player could take over the role of any other player in the team. It was a tactical masterpiece built on intelligence, versatility, and spatial awareness, and its profound influence would echo through the game for decades to come, bringing the classic era to a magnificent close. The classic era of Pelé and Cruyff laid the foundation, but as the 20th century closed, football was on the verge of a radical transformation. The game was about to become faster, richer, and more scientific than ever before. This is the story of the modern revolution. In the 1980s, one man became a global icon: Diego Maradona. His stardom, amplified by television, marked the beginning of football's commercial explosion. Before, players were local heroes. Now they were international commodities. Maradona's transcendent talent, showcased to a worldwide audience, created a new blueprint for fame. Players evolved from athletes into global brands, paving the way for the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, whose commercial empires extend far beyond the pitch. The player was no longer just part of a team. They were a business, a brand, and a worldwide phenomenon. This shift in perception funneled unprecedented wealth into the sport, transforming clubs into global enterprises and leagues into multi-billion-dollar entertainment funds. The game on the pitch changed, too. The modern era is defined by sports science. Gone are the days of a pre-match steak and a post-match pint being the height of athletic preparation. Today, every aspect of a player's physical condition is scrutinized and optimized. GPS tracking devices worn during training measure every sprint, every turn, every ounce of exertion. Meticulous diet plans, crafted by team nutritionists, fuel the body for 90 minutes of high-intensity action. Advanced physiotherapy and recovery techniques, from cryotherapy chambers to sleep pods, ensure players can withstand the grueling modern schedule. It's no longer just about skill, it's about peak physical performance, turning players into elite, finely tuned athletes capable of feats of stamina and power once thought impossible. As players became faster and stronger, tactics evolved to harness their new capabilities. The pitch became a chessboard of movement and strategy, and managers became master strategists. The last few decades have witnessed a tactical arms race, producing revolutionary systems that have redefined how the game is played. Coaches like Jurgen Klopp championed the gegenpressing, a high-energy, coordinated hunt to win the ball back immediately after losing possession, turning defense into a form of attack. Pep Guardiola, meanwhile, perfected tiki-taka, a philosophy built on short, intricate passing and relentless ball retention, mesmerizing opponents and starving them of possession. These complex systems require not only technical brilliance, but also immense tactical intelligence and physical endurance, marking a definitive shift from individual brilliance to collective synchronicity. So, from the muddy pitches of the classic era to the high-tech arenas of today, football has transformed. The romantic amateur has become the scientific superathlete. The simple tactical setups have been replaced by intricate strategic blueprints. But through it all, from Pelé's beautiful game to Messi's magic, the core remains the same. A ball, 2 goals, and a passion that unites the world. The game has changed, but its heart